Hello and welcome to my menopause skin talk, which I was meant to give on the event, but obviously with my mummy being poorly, rushed into hospital and had emergency surgery, I wasn't able to do it. So thank you so much for joining me on this video now, which I would go through my talk, which I was going to give to you all about supporting your menopause skin and other treatments that we are able to do at Beautylicious to support you through your menopause journey. I hope the other ladies were really supportive and gave you lots of information about how you can expect and what support is available also to get you through this journey. So we cover a vast majority of skin types at Beautylicious. We do a huge amount of different facials and treatments and things, but predominantly our main target audience is women sort of about 30 onwards. So obviously in that stage, we are going to see a lot of people who are experiencing the menopause and going through that change themselves. Many of it even being myself, you know, starting to notice the problems myself that are coming up through this journey as a perimenopauser. So we see a huge amount of vast different things that you can expect. So obviously as the menopause comes in, it does reduce our estrogen levels, which are going to really cause a lot of major skin changes that is going to be coming about through our skin. So obviously the reduced estrogen will be obviously a drop in collagen. So your collagen is going to reduce by about 30% over the time as well. So we really need to be making sure that we are supplementing that as well through many different causes that we can follow, obviously internally with supplements, which I'll come on to later, and then externally with treatments and home care as well. So a lot of the things that you may be experiencing would be obviously things like extreme dryness, thinness and fragility in the skin as well. So you're going to have lots and lots of sometimes breakdown in the skin's barrier. So the skin's barrier is there to protect your skin and stop it. Obviously it's literally a barrier for stopping it having anything coming out through underneath, and protecting the skin's acid mantle, which is going to be there again to protect the skin. So if anything like that extreme dryness, sensitivity is going to be breaking down that layer, it is then going to be obviously causing you a lot more distress to the skin. And if that barrier is broken down, you're then more likely to things like eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, all sorts of things like that that can occur during the menopause, perimenopause period. So as Ray would have explained to you, it takes up to about 8 to 10 years sometimes to fully go through that course. So you can start to see, obviously, like now we know about the perimenopause, you can start to see that a lot sooner than we realised, really. So that could start being, you know, things like sensitivity, especially around the nose, around the forehead, on your body skin as well, and really, you know, the loss of density. So you might not be looking as flush as you maybe were at one point, you know, like sort of holding on to your glow or the plumpingness of your skin. So that's the thing. And obviously you get some increased wrinkles and sagging, which unfortunately happens to us all. But obviously fear not, there are plenty of things that we can do to support you through this journey. And it doesn't always mean coming and lying on our table for an hour and having a facial. There's things obviously you can do at home as well, which are going to really support you through this journey. So obviously, because we're having a drop in estrogen, you're going to have a weaker communication between your cells that are going to be coming through. So that you're going to have obviously lower skin regeneration, as I mentioned. Your collagen loss is minus 30% post-menopause. So again, we need to be really supporting that with really good treatments, really good skincare routine, and obviously internally as well, like taking the supplements and things like that, which is going to really support your skin. Very much like, you know, if somebody's lost weight a lot quickly or you know, going through that, it's a really good time to be able to support your body's journey internally with the supplement. Ray may have mentioned that there's several around. I haven't really endorsed any particular brand in particular, but I really recommend, you know, taking a supplement. Some people go by Skin Geeks. There's all sorts of ones now which are good, and you can just pop them in your coffee or your drink or your protein shake or whatever, and then just take them daily. But they're really good to support you through that as well. So that's going to really, really help. So obviously we want to be doing externally and internally as well, because obviously we know that everything we eat and drink and lots of water is going to then feed our cells and help that process through. So that's one of the two major tips I would take away from this talk, is obviously up in your water intake, because up to 85% of our skin is water. That includes on your body as well. So all your organs are going to work better, your brain fog's going to work better, all your organs, everything is going to work a lot better with a nice bit of water. And obviously we're going to be reducing the vitamin D synthesis. So that's what's going to make that weaker skin barrier as well. So maybe looking at some supplements, which Ray may have told you about before, like making sure you're eating lots of nice vitamin rich foods, which are going to really support your skin as well through that time. Obviously cutting out any kind of processed foods, eating clean, trying to eat healthy, all these little things. Exercise, because obviously we know that moving outside in the fresh air and things and gets all the fresh oxygen and nutrients to your skin and your organs, it's actually going to show out on the skin. We all know if we haven't had a great night's sleep, we are going to be showing it the next day. So again, trying to prioritize your sleep, trying to get yourself physically tired, because I know I'm always mentally tired but not physically tired, and that can make a really good sell into getting some really good night's sleep, having a really good sleep hygiene. So trying to reduce your blue light intake overnight, and not being able trying to put your phone away up on the bed. So we're not I'm the worst for it. But trying to get away, so you're not kind of just constantly looking at it in the blue light, and maybe listening to a podcast, or I have those snooze bands now, so I block out all of my external light. I listen to that, so I've got my eyes closed, and I'm always asleep by the end of it. And then again, it's staying asleep, isn't it? So trying to reduce any background noise. If you've got an annoying cat like I have, then trying to shut them downstairs so they don't keep on coming and making biscuits on you in the night and waking you up. There's all sorts of little things that just having a really good look, because your sleep is going to massively affect your skin. And obviously, the hormone fluctuations, you can just suddenly be awake in the night or needing the loo and things like that. So that is a main area. Just Google sleep hygiene as well. There's so many different things that can come up now. Just to really, having a bath before bed, oils, guided meditation. There's a really good guy called Jason Stevenson, who I listen to a lot online. He's on YouTube and Spotify and all sorts of other Apple Music and things like that. And he just does these either guided meditations. Sometimes you have to really make yourself you have to train your brain to do it, because you'll be doing it for 2 minutes and then suddenly deciding what you should have put on your Tesco order or something like that. And but you have to train your brain. But the more and more, even it's so clinically proven that even 10 minutes a day, just taking that out of your life can make such a difference, because we all know, not just obviously with all the internal stresses, we have huge amounts of life stress that now go on that we are, unable to change. Like the day I had to go off and leave you all at the event so I could go off, and my mum had a heart attack, and there's just these things that happen, and I've spent all week in hospital with her. You cannot control these things, but there's things, that we can try and help ourselves and support ourselves through. And there's so much about self-care now, and things, especially since lockdown, when people are really prioritising that time. So just even taking it 10 minutes out of the day just to pause. Journaling is brilliant. I know that you're probably thinking, what on earth has this got to do with skin? But it really, really has, because the stress on the body being caused not only by this time, but the life that we live is really going to think. So even just taking that 10 minutes just to write down everything that's in your head, get it down into paper, and either shut it up in the book and put it away. If it's a real rant about somebody and you don't want to see them ever again, burn it, get rid of it. Out of your mind, because all of these things, they're going to be causing the cortisol levels to surge in your body, and they are going to be aggravating your skin, aggravating skin conditions. and things like that. So, you know, there's so many external changes that we can really think about with our skin also, not only just this. So you're going to obviously start to see more wrinkles and things. Obviously, I've got wrinkles on my forehead. I've had Botox before. I hated it. So I just now use our Lipofilm machine. I just use the radio frequency for that. And also, I'm 42. Like, you know, we're meant to have wrinkles, and we're meant to be, you know, I don't want to be having a completely clear, smooth forehead. I want to be a proper woman of my age, you know. So there's so many other things, let's say, like with the collagen supplements, which can really, really help to support you through these things without any need for injectables or Botoxes or anything. You know, there's so many different things that we can use now. And do afterwards, after watching this video, send me any messages that you want about how, you know, what you're using at home. There's so many different devices. I don't know if you've seen the rollers. I'm at the radio at the moment, so I haven't brought mine in, but you've got like these little derma rollers now, little ones, and just stimulating that under the skin before you put your creams on. That's going to cause lots of microcirculation to your skin. So as you apply your product, you are going to be, you know, kind of going and pushing up. It's literally like a little roller. And you just literally roll around the skin. It's got little tiny, I wouldn't do the ones with the microneedling in, because I don't agree with those kind of outside a salon setting. It's not, they've got little, the ones I mean have got tiny little needles on, but there's ones, you know, with bits on that you can really do to say you're stimulating your body's skin naturally. So you have lots of little circulation. It's going to be absorbing the product a lot better there. It's going to be stimulating. It's going to be stimulating the collagen there as well, and really, really giving you a good boost to that area. Again, you can do it all around the eye, not dragging, just kind of just going along. You've obviously also got those lovely quartz stones as well. You could use those around the eye. They're great for puffiness, and also like the coolness is really good. The gua shes are great. They're like how would you explain it? Almost like a shell shape. They're kind of like a C. You can get them on Temu or Shein for about £1. And literally, you just kind of just use them to do your lymphatic drainage with. You use them upwards, lifting. There's loads and loads and loads of tutorials on them online that you can use, as long as you're following up. You're not sort of literally going like this. You're literally dragging the skin. You are going to be stimulating that collagen. You're going to be increasing your lymphatic blood flow to there as well, and really, really helping with those areas. Again, they're great for eyes, around the eyes, because again, that is a lot of detox toxins. You are also going to have a lot of people get quite sensitive around there. So it's just a really good way, especially the cool ones are really, really nice. It's like with a nice freshly washed face, and your night cream or your day cream, and just going over them. So they'll be really, really good thing that you can add into your routine if you haven't already. Hopefully you've got some nice bits in your packs as well that you can try. And again, message me about anything that is in there, and we can help you with that as well. So obviously, not only do we see tone loss, dryness, and sensitivity, we also see a lot of pigmentation start to form as well. So you'll see that I have melasma across there. That is increased more. That is either a hormonal increase that we see, or it will also be from your obviously sun damage. So obviously really, really important to wearing an SPF, even on a day in the winter. Have it in your make it easy for yourself with your skincare. That's always what I'm saying. Make it easy and have your that ready. You can either have it in your like BB cream, your moisturizer, your what do you call it, foundation, anything like that. Just having it on there, but it needs to be on there daily, because again, the 85% of, it might even be 95% of aging is caused by the sun. And even on a day in the Cotswolds in the winter, it can still come through and bother your skin and start to cause a breakdown in the cells as well. So really, really making sure that you've got that. But not only that, that causes bad sensitivity. You can also get a lot of problems around here and on the cheeks up here. We see a lot of the age spots start to form. So that is one thing, is prevention obviously is better than anything else as well. Obviously the weight changes as well, so your weight can go up and down. But first of all, I just wanted to do a quick rundown on the skincare that I would really recommend. So obviously double cleansing day and night. Doesn't matter what cleanser it is. You can use a lovely creamy cleanser, which you can get, I think some of them you might have in your packs. But double cleansing is key to a lot of problems that we see, especially with sensitivity and blockages and things like that in the skin. So you're having a build-up of oil, makeup, even overnight. So you wouldn't have to necessarily double cleanse in the morning. You could probably just do that to a 1. But whether you want to do it with a wash, so nice and easy, keep it in your shower. That's what I do. I put mine in, I rub one hand, I wash that hand, rinse it off under the shower, that hand, and it's done. I'm a busy mum. I haven't got time to be, doing all the bits that I used to do when I was younger. Again, you can do that with your cleanser. I do like a nice creamy cleanser that you can get, and you can literally circular upwards motions, making sure you're getting any makeup off. Even if you don't wear makeup, you're still going to accrue oils and things throughout the day. And that is one of my biggest top skincare tips, is to be doing that and getting that really locked down. Again, I actually use a micellar water a lot as well. So again, I'm really busy. I pop them all into a tub. I get them all wet, squeeze them out, and then I sprinkle every Monday my micellar water. Obviously, you can still do that with the reusables as well. You can prep that for the week. I wouldn't leave them any longer than a week. That's what I tend to do when I go on holiday. I'll put them in a zippy bag and take them with me. So then they're all ready, and it's so easy. You just pop in. It's there, it's easy. If it's in sight, don't hide it at the back of your cupboard, any of your skincare, anything you intend to use, or put it by your bed, or put it by somewhere, so it's nice and accessible for you, and you're much more likely to get in the habit of using it. The other place I put it is when I'm doing my teeth. Again, you can multitask doing that. It doesn't need to be a huge thing, because I think a lot of it, it puts people off, doesn't it? Because you think, oh, actually, haven't got time for that. Make it easy. As long as you're doing something, it's better than doing nothing. So, just getting into that. And obviously your micellar water is great as well, because you've got your cleanser, toner, and eye makeup remover all in there as well. So you haven't actually got to worry about, using separates or anything like that. So that is a really good time one as well. So obviously exfoliating once or twice a week if you're using the really big, thick, beaded exfoliators. That is a huge key to your issue. Even if you've got sensitive skin, you can get ones for sensitive skin now with, they're like a kind of little chemical exfoliator. So you don't necessarily get the scrub part of it, but you do get they're like little enzyme Pac-Man. So they're kind of, and you put it on as a mask. We've got one called Essential Peeling, but they're like little enzyme masks, and you can get them for sensitive skin as well. But you need it. You put it on for a minute and then take it off. But basically, see it like little Pac-Man, and it just literally eats away at the little skin cells. But the main thing is that, or having peels or anything. People are frightened with skin problems about using exfoliators, but it is so important, because your skin every 28 days, even when we're 20, that's why children and young people are so flushed. Their skin regenerates itself every 28 days. So obviously we are having lots and lots of skin cells building on top of each other. And so when they are allowed to build up, especially if you're having things like eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, those parts can then get bothered underneath the skin layers. So if you're going to have like an infection or a root in, the thicker they get, the more deep into the skin they can get. So that's one thing I would really recommend if you are a sensitive person, or you're having problems with your pigmentation or anything like that. Do get the exfoliation into your skin a lot, once or twice a week even. You can obviously get like the really fine daily microfoliants that some places do. If you are finding yourself getting too sensitive with it, I would then just go back to the once or twice a week. If you're finding yourself getting more breakouts or more sensitivity, a little bit more kind of rosacea flushness, and they're starting to build down, just lower that down, because again, we can overstimulate the skin from exfoliation, but it is such a key part to your journey. And obviously, again, with pigmentation, pigmentation is a layer of melanin in the skin, the darkness, and that can really, really thicken up and cause problems for the skin afterwards as well. Moisturizer, do it. Some people, I'm astounded, they still say, I only use it for soap and water, and they'll come and spend £90 on a facial for an hour, and then they'll go back to using their soap and water. It's all about the skincare as well. You do need to be using a good amount at the weekends to be able, not the weekends, daily, to sustain that look. If that's what you're they're hoping for a miracle, then they're going back. But even a moisturizer at the minimum, keeping your skin moisturized, even if you're quite oily, your skin is then going to create more oil. So you want to be, just making sure that it's got a healthy amount, double cleanse, and then just a moisturizer. The most important moisturizer is your night cream, because your skin is going to be regenerating itself overnight. Over those 8 hours, that is the key time. And again, that's, if you don't get your sleep, it shows on your face. So having a nice night cream on there. So obviously just wash your face, go to bed, or you micellar water or whatever after you've been to sleep. No wipes. Banish the wipes. They're for cleaning the floor. But yeah, they just sort of move it all around everywhere. It is quite a lot. So making sure that you've got a really good night cream, and then cleansing that off in the morning, you will notice a huge difference to your skin. The lipid levels, the dryness as well, your tone, the pigmentation will really help. There's so many different things as well what we can pop that in. So obviously serums are fab. If you have time for a serum, I love them. They are literally going down into the dermis of the skin and creating the skin of tomorrow. So you are going to be having quite a lot of cell renewal and production going on down there. Moisturizer is your skin of today. See how you're doing. The serums, because they have such a natural affinity with the skin because they're so fine, they go into the skin, into your dermal layer, and they are starting to, the skin you looked after a month ago or more, a little bit more, is now coming through now. So it's all about, just carrying on with it, because you have to think then, that in time, that is then going to be helping with the skin, with the diet, with the sleep, all sorts of things. If you're making that investment over time, it's going to really help. Lifestyle tips. Obviously, Ray would have said to you, and the girls would have said about obviously your nutrition. So limiting your sugar and alcohol levels again. The aging process can be actually brought on by then, and that's again when you see people have quite like the hashtag. It's glycation aging, it's called, and the skin they kind of got crosshatch eye problems around here, and that is because the sugar goes onto them and then they kind of crack. So that's when you kind of get that around there. That is what the thing is for. So obviously I love a cream cake and a Poker and Coke every so often, but just trying to limit that as well. The water, seeds and proteins and things like that as well can really help you. Obviously we said about sleep and relaxation, like yoga, meditations, Pilates. There's so many different things now, even gong baths that they have in the community centre. It's all going to really help you as well. Movement, like say going to the gym, getting out for a walk in the fresh air, is all going to help you as well. Quitting smoking, if you do smoke, that is one of the huge telltale signs on the skin, because that will come out through there as well. Your omega-3s, vitamin D, magnesium, and then you've got like your black cohosh, red clover and soy isoflavones for the hot flushes as well. So the treatments that we can offer as well, obviously we have a vast range of facials that we can do, and we do offer the peels as well. So peels are fantastic for, and again, they're not the ones that are going to be having your whole skin coming off. You know, they are literally going to be in very, very gentle peel, but it is going to be really, really helping. And we see some great results again with pigmentation, and we have a very delicate peel as well for anyone with problem skin, but again, you know, needing that cell turnover to having that really good flush skin, and you know, minimizing the pores, minimizing the signs of aging, because the thicker the skin is, the deeper the wrinkles are going to be. So we just really want to be making sure that we have got that really covered. So we have some really fantastic masks as well. So we have the Sublime treatment, which is our anti-aging treatment. We have the Luminant, which is great for dark spots, brightening, tightening. We have the Hydra Memory. We also have a Remedy one as well, which is really great for sensitivity. Really beautiful algo mask that we use in the salon as well. Another good treatment I would recommend is the Lipofirm facial on face or body. Again, it uses the radio frequency, so it is heating the skin up to around 41 degrees and increases a lot of cell renewal under the skin. So if you imagine it like putting your skin anywhere on your body in the tumble dryer. So basically it is like a spring, it is uncoiling it and coiling it up tighter. So the skin tightening lasts for up to 2 years. We also do like the jowl lift as well. I use that quite a lot actually. Again, like I said earlier, I use it on my tummy and my jawline, just to help to stimulate that. It's got like it lifts as well. I say the skin tightening lasts for up to 2 years as well. And obviously you're going to get a really, really good fresh look to that as well. The hydration retensifying treatments as well are fantastic, and obviously your at-home care products as well. You do not have to be watching this video and think, oh, I've got to come in and watch everything. Just, yeah, even if you've got a load of stuff at home, we won't charge you. Just bring it in and we'll help you look at it and say, what is this, what is that? Obviously anything over 12 months old or whatever it says on your little thing on the pot does need to go, because that's not going to be helping you. So double cleansing in whichever way you'll find happy. Night cream, exfoliation once a week at the bare minimum, just to and you will start to notice over time these are going to really have some huge changes for you. So it can be regenerated, your skin can be nourished, redensified, and you can say menopause is a new chapter, not an ending by any stretch of the imagination. There's so many things, you know, even I have 80-year-old ladies now coming in for the Lipofirm facial. It's incredible. It's incredible what these treatments can do for you, and you can really embrace your vitality and confidence also. So do let us know if you've got any treatments you were wanting to know. Obviously, another thing I just wanted to quickly mention, some other things that we do see for a lot in the salon for clients, is also obviously the hair growth that we have problems with. So we do offer the laser now for ladies with polycystic ovarian syndrome, and obviously with hormones that they can raise a lot as well. So we have for hair which has pigmentation in there as well, we do offer the laser, and we will find that, you know, you're getting more kind of around here, around the face, the neck, even the boobs, and more around the area. So that is another thing that we can really help with. Electrolysis. So if you're not too keen on the laser, or your hair hasn't got any pigmentation in it, it's very fine, very light, hasn't got much colour in it, so we do offer the electrolysis for you as well, that you are able to use going along. But yeah, there's so many things your salons can do to help. You know, it doesn't need to be, like I say, it's a new chapter, not an ending. It's just a different stage of the life, and live it and just have an amazing time. There's so many people, isn't there? People coming out now, like 50, 60-year-old women that, you know, like Sarah Lancashire, and I went to see Mel Robbins in the summer. She's 57 and her career has just shot off, but just in actors, you know, that have never really been, they kind of just, you know, when they get to the end of their life, you know, their sort of 40s going into 50s, 60s, there's so much life that they've just suddenly come out with. So do embrace it. If you've got any questions whatsoever, do message me at any time. or pop in and see me. I or any of the girls, we're all trained in the comfort zone and the facials. We would love to see you, love to talk, and I hope you have a really great day. Thank you.